Cheating in World of Tanks. This is an interesting topic to talk about because you don't hear about it all too much unless you watch Klaus Kellerman. I have seen, personally, my fair share of videos from Klaus Kellerman over the years, and while I don't agree with everything he says, I mean, obviously everybody has their own opinions, and when it comes to tanks and playstyle, people are going to differ there. But one thing I do like about Klaus is he is really one of the only YouTubers that is currently talking about the problem with cheating in World of Tanks, like account boosting, paying people $500 to get you a 279E by rigging battles. He's actually done a pretty good job shedding light on this. I think YouTubers like Quickie Baby and Skill should be talking about the cheating problem in this game. It's not the worst thing ever, but there definitely is a problem with people literally paying for tanks that they normally would never be able to achieve. It's just kind of weird, and it definitely takes away from not only the skill aspect, but the fun aspect of this game as well. Now, I'm in an artillery, and before you say, well, don't you hate artillery? Yeah, I do, but at the same time, I was streaming the other day. Somebody donated for me to play in an artillery, and I was streaming World of Tanks Blitz, I should mention. So I said, fine, I will do a single artillery battle. Honestly, I don't really hate playing artillery. It's not the most exciting thing ever, but I was eating sushi at the time, so I thought it'd be the perfect tank to eat sushi while playing World of Tanks, right? So the reason I'm talking about cheating while showing this game is you are going to watch, in my opinion, what I consider to be cheating. Now, you'll notice that my GW Tiger, or GWE 100, just got shot by an artillery, right? Oh, look, we have another artillery shell flying. Okay, so now 2 shells have been fired at my GW Tiger. Okay, that's a little interesting, isn't it? So my GW Tiger, he's not moving. Oh, there you go. We have a 3rd shell. Okay, so the ball shot to on 155 just full kills my GW Tiger. Okay, that's pretty interesting, I would say. Wouldn't you agree? I mean, it's not that crazy to believe that one of the only bushes in the entire area is getting blind fired by an artillery, right? Like, that's not too surprising. But it would be surprising if 30, 40 seconds later, me sitting right next to the bush proceeded to then get hit by the same artillery, even though I'm not in the bush. Now, for any of you who may not be aware, artillery tracer shells, or the trail of your shot that comes out of your vehicle, is not where you are sitting. Wargaming made it so that basically the shell tracers deviate about 100 meters from where you're sitting. So if I pause the replay really quick and you look at my mouse cursor over the minimap, if I'm sitting here, my shell tracer might come out here, and it looks like the shell's lobbing from over here, or maybe over here. It's completely random every time, and because of that, it's impossible to really guess where an artillery is, and it's why you don't see arty killing each other throughout the majority of battles, right? So I'm going to shoot at the Object 705. And what's that? Huh, there's an artillery shell that hits me. Well, that's weird, because if we take a look at where I am, I'm not in the bush. And that shell hit me directly dead on. And, huh, that's really weird. We got hit by another artillery shell. Once again, not fired at the bush. Now, I find it a little weird that a single artillery was able to not only blind fire my one artillery, but then me. Because, as I said, I'm not even sitting inside of the bush. That's the part that was interesting to me, right? So, let's watch this. This shell, I mean, I don't even know what to say. I really don't know what to say. I'm not even in the bush, and he blind fires this. If you want my personal opinion, I'm quite confident there's some rigging going on here, and that artillery on the enemy team was clearly cheating. Now, you can let me know in the comments what you guys think, if you agree or you disagree. But I have seen this type of cheating in the past, and I can tell you exactly how it works. Essentially, what goes on is you will have people doing countdowns. And what happens is that you will have somebody on this team count down at the same time of somebody on the enemy team. So maybe that's the platoon, maybe the YAG, the E4, and the VZ, or maybe it's not, maybe it's just a single player. I don't know. But what usually you'll see happen is that there will be a countdown, and you will have somebody on this team telling the enemy artillery where we are. That is usually what the case is. And those people might not even be playing bad. They might try and do their job and get damage out, but they want the artillery to die. So because of that, sometimes you might just see players that will literally rig the game, that will cheat the game to specifically point out where targets are. Now, as much as I do hate artillery, at the same time, cheating to the point of telling the enemy where the artillery is, just so that you can get them cleared when they're on your own team, so you can count down until you can rig battles, is absolutely ridiculous, and it takes away the entire aspect of dynamic gameplay. I don't like artillery, but I also don't like having my artillery killed within the first 30 seconds of the battle because somebody is cheating. Personally, I think this is pretty sound evidence that there's cheating. As I said, I'm not even in the bush. It would be understandable if the boss shot, and blind fired the bush again, or one of these other bushes around here, but I'm literally outside of the bush, and I was outside of the bush for both of the shots I was hit with, and yet both hit me. I was never spotted, and that just, to me, that doesn't make any sense. How is physically possible I could have been blind fired by this? Cheating in these games is almost impossible to really prove. And not only that, but it's even harder to really say who caused it. I mean, I didn't watch the rest of this battle. I basically played this game, and then I closed my game and went back over to Blitz and continued. I did a 10-hour live stream the other day because my main channel reached 100k subs, so I didn't really linger too much on this battle. But basically, everybody during the live stream agreed that this had to have been some sort of cheating. And before you say it was stream sniping, I have a minute delay on my stream, and not only that, but nobody from World of Tanks PC is watching my Blitz channel. The chances of that happening are literally zero. So this had to have been some sort of cheating of some way. If you want my best guess to why an artillery player would even bother cheating to that extent, it's pretty simple. There are reward tanks out there like the Object 260 and Object 279E. And to get your hands on those specific vehicles, you do need to do some grueling artillery missions. So my guess, maybe these players are either on other people's accounts and getting the artillery missions done for a paid price, or better yet, it's just somebody trying to complete these missions themselves, couldn't complete them, so they asked a friend to tell them where the enemy artillery is so they could complete some of the more challenging missions. At the end of the day, I think it's really cringe. And sure, is it possible that the enemy just blind fired 4 shots and managed to hit them? I could understand, again, as I said, the GWE 100 because he fired into the bush, which would make sense. But I cannot imagine that you would be able to blind fire somebody who is next to the bush without being told that. Because why would you shoot next to the bush? How would you know they're even there? There's no way you could predict that. Personally, I don't see how that's possible, how you would know that's even the case. And then to proceed to hit the next shell after that as well, even though I've started the move and pre-aim where that was, I don't think that's possible, personally. I feel like somebody was on Discord, sharing their screen to their friend, and showcasing where the artillery were, so that, obviously, well, the artillery would die. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Do you think this was rigging? Do you think that this was just bad luck? I don't know. But I obviously wanted to post this video to let you guys know that, well, at least to hear your guys' opinion. I mean, I'm not going to report the person. I don't care enough. It's artillery, and I don't really care for artillery to begin with. But I still think rigging the game is incredibly cheap and pretty lame. But I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.